Sometimes you just have to start where you are and go for it. I'm going to tell you a little story about how I got started in business, and it wasn't pretty, it wasn't sexy. Um, I, at the time, was working for a company in my area. I wasn't getting paid as much money as I thought I should be. Um, so, out of all the jobs I had, I made more money before I had kids than I ever made after having kids. And so I got to the point where I was handing over my paycheck to pay for childcare, gas, and food, leaving little to none left over for myself. I had no time with my son. I had barely any energy. I just remember feeling so exhausted. I would pick him up from the sitter. I would come home, make dinner, give him a bath, and then it was bedtime. I literally had maybe an hour with him. And actually, to be honest, I couldn't wait for bedtime because I was just so exhausted. And that's the only time I had for myself was once I put him to bed. And I just realized there had to be a better way. There had to be a way where I could work, but still have time and money left over for, and energy left over for the things that matter. And I ended up, around that time, I realized my son had some special needs going on. We had been working with early intervention specialists, and we didn't really know what was going on, but it was around that time we were starting to get closer to a diagnosis. And I had went to my workplace and really went to my boss and told her that I wanted an extra day at home. Lots of people in our office were working 4 days a week and they were taking Fridays off. And I thought, well, this could work for me too. And within 2 weeks, I was replaced and told that they didn't need me anymore. So this is when I realized that how little support special needs moms, and really all moms, but especially special needs moms, had in the workplace. But I will say, leaving there, after, they give me my papers, my walking papers, I left. As soon as I got in the parking lot and I closed the door back behind me, I felt my shoulders like drop. It was such a relief because I wasn't happy there. And I had already been doing research about how to work from home and how to be a virtual assistant. And I think it's important to try different things and look into different options. I did have a couple jobs as a virtual assistant, and I quickly realized this was not my skill set. This was not what I'm really good at. One job in particular asked me to go to Gallup.com and take a StrengthsFinder test. So this is $25, and I always recommend this to new people who are just starting to work online. And it's like an assessment, and they will categorize and tell you what your top 5 strengths are. And what I found was my number 1 strength was strategy. Some of my other strengths were input, which is like listening. One of my strengths is like research, and then being able to like break that down and teach it to someone else in a really simplistic way. And I realized, like, here I was working behind my computer, like maybe running someone's Facebook group or editing their blog posts. And I just realized, like, this was not my skill set. Strategy was my number 1 skill, and I definitely wasn't utilizing that. Around the same time, I also had someone ask me if I would be willing to watch their kid while I was home with mine. And I was like, okay, And for years, I watched my mom run an in-home childcare center. So I thought, oh, I could do that. She did it. Why couldn't I do it, right? And I tried that out for a while. I actually did that for a couple years. However, I had no boundaries. I had no hours. I had no set hours. So I would just work whenever my parents, the people that I was watching for, whenever they need me to. So sometimes I had kids come at 6 a.m. Sometimes I had kids leave at 11 p.m. I worked weekends. I worked holidays. I worked whenever they needed me to because I needed the money. And this is how I got into what I do now, was because I got myself to a place where I had no energy. I was exhausted all the time, and I really had a hard time, even little to no time to even go to the grocery store because I was working all the time. And this is when I ended up going on a health journey, and I ended up dropping like 36 pounds, a bunch of dress sizes, and I was sharing my results and my story on social media, like some of my recipes and my workouts. And I ended up having people messaging me wanting to know what I was doing, how I was doing it. And this is how I got involved in online business. However, I would have never found that out if I didn't try, if I didn't just go for it. And I don't believe in accidents. I believe in divine guidance. I don't believe in coincidences. It was not a coincidence that I ended up going on a health journey, and I ended up sharing my journey, and then other people wanted to know what I was doing. And this is when I really found my passion for helping others. I found my passion of sharing my story. And after, I'd say about a year, I ended up closing my in-home childcare business because I realized it wasn't lighting me up. It was exhausting me. And I talk about this a lot where, sometimes our activities, they either give us life or they take life away from us. And you're not going to love everything you do, whether it be in your work, in your family, in your business, but it's important to recognize what is draining your energy and like how to fill your own cup, and making sure that you're spending more time filling your cup than you are draining your cup. So I ended up, how I lost the weight is I was using products from a health and wellness company. And so I found that I think that income I generated from just sharing my story and sharing the products I was using, it generated extra income for me. And I realized I didn't have to work so hard. And I come from a place where I had developed a belief that to make money, you had to work really hard. And this is when that belief started to crumble a little bit, because sharing my story, I was doing that out of just the goodness of my heart. I had no intentions of making money from it. However, that came super easy to me, and people just wanted to know more. And so pay attention to like what comes really easy to you. Also, what are people asking for? And over the years, I have studied online marketing. I've studied different models of business, and I always come back to affiliate marketing and network marketing, I think, are great ways to leverage your time and energy if you're already at a place where you can't take on any more, but yet you need more income, or you want more income, or even if you just want more time. I think affiliate marketing and network marketing can be genius ways to just share what you're already doing, share what you love, and maybe someone else will be transformed by that as well. And when I first started using the products, I came from a place like, well, this has helped me so much, and I know this is going to help other people. So if you find something you love, why would you not share it, right? So I think it's important to one, if you're just starting out in business, like be willing to try different things to find your thing, to find what you're really good at. What are the things that bring you joy? What are the things that just come really easy to you? And you can go to gallup.com to do your little Strengths Finder test. Now I utilize astrology, and that is really when I came into astrology, I was already having success with my network marketing company, but I just felt like something was missing. I mostly was modeling what other people were doing online, what I saw other people having success with, but I felt this calling of doing something else. I wasn't super fulfilled. I was helping people with weight loss, but I was helping them with the strategy piece, which is like eat this or do this workout. I was just telling them what to do. And I felt something in my heart that there was just something missing. And I started diving into astrology, and I learned so much. So I'm a Scorpio rising, and so this is why I did feel a calling to go deeper, because Scorpio is known as the investigator of the zodiac, and they want to get to the root cause. So I got to the point where I didn't want to just tell people what to do. I wanted to get to the root of the issue. Like, why can't you stay consistent on your diet? Why can't you just go to the gym? Like, what is stopping you? And so now I offer soul alignment sessions where we go through your astrological birth chart and we analyze what are the things you're really good at, what is the thing that people want more from you, and really what is your soul purpose, what is the purpose you came here to live out. And so if you want one of those soul alignment strategies, I am running a special this month only, $49, and that price will be increasing on November 1st. So we go through your sun, your moon, your rising sign, your north node, your Chiron. We go through a lot, and it can give you massive clarity. So if you're new in business, you don't really know what you're going to be good at, it could be great for you. Or if you've already dabbled into a few things, but you just haven't found your thing yet, or you just feel like there's just something missing, it can give you massive clarity on that. So again, soul alignment sessions, and you can go to my website to book that directly, and I can't wait to see you there. And if you love this episode, be sure to come over to the Queen Rising podcast on Instagram. I would love to hear your feedback, what you're loving and what you're not loving, and how I can help you more.